I hate to say I told you so, but I really did. I do hate to say that, but I've told you, my friend, I told you so. I told you that Trump won't leave the White House again. And I told you that we are already in the midst of an autocracy. We're in the midst of a dictatorship. And, I hate to say it, but I'm usually right. Why am I saying this? Because this weekend, if you have not seen it, President Trump did not rule out violating the U.S. law to seek a third term in office, telling NBC News that he was, quote, not joking about the possibility and suggesting there were methods to circumvent the two-term limit laid out in the Constitution. I'm going to quote from a wide-ranging interview from Meet the Press. Actually, I think he called Christian Welker over the weekend. No audio of it, but there's a transcript, and he said, quote, a lot of people wanted him to serve a third term, according to a transcript of the interview provided by the network. Obviously, any attempt to seek a third term would run afoul of the 22nd Amendment, right? Which begins like this: no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice. That is Christian Welker's reporting. Let's read through it. It was just up. Let's put it back up. Okay. So it says, he said, I'm not joking, Trump said when asked to clarify, but I'm not. It is far too early to think about it. When asked whether he has been presented with plans to allow him to seek a third term, Trump said, there are methods which I could do it. NBC News asked a possible scenario if Vice President J.D. Vance would run for office and then pass the role to Trump. Trump responded that's one method, but there are others too, Trump added. Now, let me tell you what I think the other, let me see if you take the banners down. Is there anything else that asked to share the method? Trump simply responded, I guess, no. Okay. Yes. Responded no. Okay. You can put it back up. So here's the thing. I told you what I think. I think he's going to say that he didn't run. It wasn't consecutive terms. So he's going to try to do that. And then he's going to use Mayor Bloomberg in New York as a precedent for someone who did it. My hair is so long. He's going to use Mayor Bloomberg in New York as someone who did it. And if he can do it, I can do it. And that's what he's going to try to do. Okay. So Bannon said he would try, says Sawanya Parks. You're right on the mark. Every day brings new horror, said Margaret Kellner. You're damn right about that. Can you imagine a third Donald Trump term? We're not even through the second Donald Trump term. Shit, I'm tired. And it hasn't even been 2 months yet. They thought Joe Biden was too old, says Denise Russell. I mean, imagine Trump would be, 195 by the time he left office? I have been thinking about something too that is that's been quite amazing to me, how people can really, it's just sort of delude themselves into certain things, and I call it cognitive dissonance or whatever you want to call it. But how people can really just, I don't know, gas themselves up. You know what I mean? Gas themselves up to believe things that are just not true. Like everything is going great, the economy's great and all that bullshit. And it's so weird because everything is so awful right now. But people believe that it's great, meaning the MAGA folks. They think it's great when they have less money, they have less access, they have fewer services, they have fewer rights. The economy is going in the tank. All of the metrics are showing that. The metrics that it will show you that what Joe Biden was doing was working. And so they will believe anything that Donald Trump tells them. So Donald Trump told them that they weren't doing great under Joe Biden, and they believed it, even though they were. The economy was getting better, even though they were. Like, the numbers don't lie. Your feelings will lie to you. Facts don't care about your feelings, but numbers are facts, right? Numbers are more fact-driven than your feelings, obviously. So all of these people, they heard Donald Trump so much, and they hated Joe Biden or any Democrat so much that they wanted to believe that things were worse than they were. I know that things were better under Trump. Well, how? How was it better? I had more money in my pocket. Well, how did you have more money in your pocket? Well, I can't really explain. I just feel they don't know, right? And so then now that the numbers show they actually don't, that their retirement's going away. They're going to have to start paying more for cars. The price of goods are up. Eggs are still high, coming down, but they went up under Trump, higher than they were with Joe Biden. And now maybe they're leveling out a little bit, but they're still at historic highs. And not because of Joe Biden, but under Trump, higher than when Joe Biden was in office. And they still, like, I don't understand it. It is delusional. And so now I'm sure folks will be like, yeah, let's do a third Trump term. Are you fucking crazy? The man does not know what he is doing. This weekend, speaking to economists at the New Orleans Book Fair, conservatives who are not necessarily MAGA, who may have even voted for him the first time, they are saying Donald Trump is a disaster economically. They don't understand his strategy. They don't know who is advising him. Tariffs are a tax on the consumer, and all of these things that he's doing with the tariffs and the stock market, they think it's nuts. And if there is a recovery, it's not going to be in 2 weeks or 2 months or even 2 years. It's going to take longer. And you know what he's going to say? Didn't have time for it to work because things were so bad under Joe Biden, so you got to give me a little bit more time. When it is bullshit. It was better under Biden. That should have been their thing. Better with Biden. I hate to break it to these folks, and I'm telling you the truth. This is the absolute 100% truth. As people say, do the math. Or as Bill Clinton would say, it's arithmetic. The numbers don't lie. Do the math. Just go look. Not your feelings. Don't rely on your feelings, because your feelings are going to trick you because you have an ideological bend. You're biased because of your feelings, and you believe what Donald Trump tells you because you got the MAGA brain. But you just wait till it starts hitting home. Wait till the roosters start coming home. The chickens start coming home to roost. Wait. I don't want it to happen, but that's the truth. That's what it's happening. Now you're talking about a third term. Here's Donald Trump talking about a third term. I believe he's on Air Force One.
You were not joking about a third term, about possibly wanting a third term. Does that mean you're not planning to leave office on January 20th?
I'm not looking at that, but I'll tell you, I have had more people ask me to have a third term, which is in a way a fourth term, because the other election, the 2020 election, was totally rigged. So it's actually sort of a fourth term in a certain way. I just don't want the credit for the second, because Biden was so bad. He did such a bad job. I'm just telling you, I have had more people say, please run again. They said, we have a long way to go before we even think about that. But I've had a lot of people. Yeah, go ahead. Did you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, do you think that's an appropriate precedent to set, even if it wasn't you in this position, to see a president serve a third term?
I don't want to talk about a third term now, because
He's just pause it,
no
please.
matter
Stop. Okay, so I don't want to talk about a third term. He's just talking about it. Is that? Am I right? Can you guys? Anybody can see that? Is that Howard Lutnick behind him? Because Howard Lutnick is no. Just pause it. No, don't stop it. Is that Howard Lutnick behind him? I think it is. He's such a pick-me. But I want you to back it up to the beginning, because when he says that, like, I think Lutnick is like, because he thinks, like, obviously Trump is like goosing them, because he thinks like he's owning the libs and owning the reporters, and people are like, okay, well, whatever. But back it up to the beginning and look at the guy behind him. I think it's Lutnick, and he's smiling, like grinning like a Cheshire cat. He's such a pick-me, and he's such a glazer. His face is so up Donald Trump's, you know what? It's ridiculous. So let's start it over, and then we'll listen to Donald Trump, watch the reaction to the guy behind him, and then just listen. Here it is.
You said you were not joking about a third term, about possibly wanting a third term. Does that mean you're not planning to leave office on January 20th?
I'm not looking at that, but I'll tell you, I have had more people ask me to have a third term, which is in a way a fourth term, because the other election, the 2020 election, was totally rigged. So it's actually
Now
sort
pause.
of a fourth term in a certain way.
Okay, so they know it's bullshit because look, when he says that, they have to laugh because they know it's not real. They know the 2020 election was not a fourth term. And if he wants to claim that fourth term, then I would say go ahead. But then he would have to, everything that he has said about Joe Biden, then it would be him. It would be him then in charge of the economy and all those things that he said was so bad. If it was actually, if it would be a fourth term, because he said 2020, it doesn't make sense. I mean, that's how dumb he is, because nothing he's doing right now is making sense as well. But people will believe it. Now, I'm just telling you, people will believe it. You're going to be arguing with people up and down, as we say. I mean, they argued me up and down. You're going to be arguing with people up and down when they're not going to have any money. The cost of goods are going to be so high, and the prices for cars are going to be ridiculous and other goods. And they're going to be like, Trump 2028, it's so good. And you're going to be like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you see how much this Happy Meal costs? Why is a Happy Meal, why is it $10, $15? Probably $10 now. Why is it $15? Why is it $20? Why is my Happy Meal that expensive? Trump. Why is my Honda Accord or whatever it is costing me $50,000, $80,000 for that? Why? Trump. Why are the interest rates so high? Why can't I afford a house? Why can't I afford rent? Trump. America is great. Fucking idiots, man. Ridiculous. Okay. So continue. This is him talking about a possible third term. Way too soon. That would mean 8 more years. You ready for that? Keep going. Watch the guy behind.
I don't want the credit for the second because Biden was so bad. He did such a bad job. I'm just telling you, I have had more people say, please run again. I said, we have a long way to go before we even think about that. But I've had a lot of people. Yeah, go ahead. Did you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, do you think that's an appropriate precedent to set, even if it wasn't you in this position, to see a president serve a third term?
I don't want to talk about a third term now because no matter how you look at it, we got a long time to go. We have a long time. You know, we have almost 4 years to go. And that's a long time. But despite that, so many people are saying, you've got to run again. They love the job we're doing. Most importantly, they love the job we're doing.
So you said we're on 17.
They love the job. Do you guys love the job that he's doing? C. Gunter MLS says he will run again and will win. People will forget. Do you guys agree with C. Gunter MLS? That Donald Trump will run again and will win because people will forget? Maybe. Maybe you're right. I don't know. But I know when reality starts to set in with all of this crap, when people start realizing, look, not only will unemployment or is it going up, right? There are a lot more people who are going to be the competition in line. Your applications are going to be going up against because they have laid off so many people. And the concern is that there's so much brain drain going on from the folks that I've been speaking to, many of them conservatives, that it's going to be tough to reestablish these organizations when the idiots leave the White House in Washington. Like, how do you reestablish a viable Department of Education? How do you reestablish a better FAA? How do you reestablish USAID? How do you reestablish all of these programs that we need after you've dismantled them and you fired people and they have gone on to find jobs in the private sector where they would have made more money anyways? How do you convince them to come back to work for less money because they believe in American democracy and the mission of America to better the world? How do you get them to come back when they're like, look, I'm making more money now. It took me a while to get this job, but finally I got one, if they do get one. If they do get one. Here's Steve Bannon. This was a month ago, I believe, or earlier this month, talking about the possibility of a third term. I'm telling you, they They ain't lying. They are serious.
I'm a firm believer that President Trump will run and win again in 2028. So I've already endorsed President Trump. A man like this comes along
Who is Percent
once
Trump?
every
Back
century
up,
if
please.
we're
Did he say
lucky.
Percent
We've
Trump?
got him now. He's on fire.
Can you back that up? I think he says Percent Trump.
And President Trump, I'm a firm believer that President Trump will run and win again in 2028. So I've already endorsed President Trump. A man like this comes along once every century if we're lucky. We've got him now. He's on fire, and I'm a huge supporter. Want to see him again in 2028.
And obviously, anybody who doesn't like what you say but judges it as a function of a lack of intelligence doesn't know anything about you. I don't make that mistake. You're a smart guy. Oh, you know he's term limited. How do you think he gets another term?
We're working on it. I think we'll have a couple of alternatives. Let's say that. We'll see. We'll see what the definition. We'll see what the definition of term. We'll see what the definition of term limit is.
All right. Well, so you're talking about litigating this issue.
Okay, there was a lot of words there. How about you know that there are term limits? You're a smart guy. Blah blah blah. Okay, that was a lot of words. Anyways, yeah, they're serious, folks. They are serious. Time Magazine, Trump Forever yard signs. This is what was put out. This was what? How long ago was this? Was this like 2019 when he was running?
2019, yeah.
Yeah. This is what. Check it out. Now, I can assure you that that won't happen. And even MAGAism won't last for that long because nothing does. But look, you don't even have to go that far because look, I'm just being honest. I'm not wishing this on anyone, but it just happens. You will be one day as well. Nobody lives forever. And chances are most of the people who are here are a lot younger, are younger than him. So there will come a day. There will come a day. Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. Like this, here it is. Speaking of kings, this is from Time Magazine. Remember, long live the king. So that's his Time Magazine cover. So there you go. You guys make up your mind. You guys make up your mind on that. The Cult of Insanity says, you guys know I'm crazy. There are a lot of people who are, if you're in the chat and you're picking up what I'm putting down, I mean, you know, tell me. All right, take that down. That's really, really scary. Thank you very much for that. But you know, soon. Yes, Lord. One day, one of these good old mornings, change is gonna come. Oh, one of these good old mornings, change is gonna come. Yeah. Okay. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.